Okay, guys, welcome. This will be my pitch. This will be my pitch for my Kong movie of Where to Take Kong in the Monsterverse. Now, I made a Godzilla pitch video like a little while ago, and that was for Godzilla King's Awakening. This Kong film will be called Kong King's Heritage, and it would have a story be about Kong adjusting to being king. I wouldn't have a lot of human characters in it, and Gia would be like the main would be one of the main human characters, and I would have a lot of the story be focused on Packard's son and granddaughter. Packard from Kong Skull Island, Sam Jackson himself, hold on to your butts. Have his grandchildren, or his child and grandchild, basically work with, I think Godzilla X Kong the Hunted had this idea where there's this big game hunter and his company would make this mech to hunt down other titans. I would have that same idea, have his company handed over to Packard. Basically have Packard be like the leader of it now. Basically have some build up from the comics, like this new Packard. Have him build a mech that would challenge Kong and kind of ruin his life. Basically, he learns about Kong's new heritage and his new kingdom. Basically, he basically throughout the movie is making Kong's life a living hell. And my mech would be called the Ape Reaper, and there'd be this scene. This scene's so cool. I think the scene's gonna be really cool. It's basically like the feral predator scene from Prey, where it kills the French fur trappers in the forest, and I would love to see that. That would be a great idea. Really scary to show your main villain. And I would also have a subplot of another Kong, like these Kongs, and basically enslaves these smaller Kongs that works for Scar King and fear Kong, so they work kind of like War for Planet of the Apes. There are some Planet of the Apes inspirations in this. Basically have Packard with humans along with some Kongs team up. Basically the Kongs are used to guard its fortress while it's being made. And basically when it's built, it basically kills a lot of the Kongs. And I would have a subplot where the Kong from the last movie that was like one of Scar King's henchmen, he would be a kind of one of the villains, and have him have a subplot where he's working for Packard and then sees all of the shit he's done to his other apes, and then the whole thing is about this Kong then goes to Kong, this great ape, this Kong's henchman, not Kong, Scar King's henchman goes to Kong, tries to be friends with him. Basically, Kong is like, well, you fucked me over, but I guess I'll take you in because you have nowhere else to go. And basically trust him, basically setting up down the line for him to have a bigger, darker role. Basically, for that goon to betray him. So that's what I'm building up to. Basically, have Packard, have them
5 minutes later.
Basically, have them
2,000 years.
When they fight the Kongs and kill all the Kongs that protected them. Basically, they were just using the Kongs to have them just guard the fortress, and then when they were done, like they're dead. And basically, I would have the scene where it burns one of the Kong's heads alive. So it's like a skull, and it uses the skull as its head, like as an intimidation display. That would be so cool. That's my idea. And basically like this Ape Reaper, that's what I'm gonna call it, the Ape Reaper. Basically have it have these chains, these long barbed chains that come out of its arms. It would have similar arms to Mechagodzilla, but like with a chain coming out, like a weird chain whip that is like orange, kind of like Takeda from MKX. And that's what I would do with that. Basically have him
Later.
Use it as a whip. Basically, Packard has an attack on Kong's fortress. Basically, it's like an all-out war. Basically, having this film set up what GXK's novelization did, where basically Packard's also being funded by the U.S. Government to basically have eventually build up to the
2,000 years
to like
later.
world nations to come into Hollow Earth to take it over. Basically, have that be a build up. Have that happen. Have Packard's robot basically have Packard the mech is not only used for vengeance, it's used as a kind of a beacon that it's safe to be down here since Kong's dead. And yeah, basically that's how it is. And basically like Packard has a whole army of soldiers basically in heaves, making their own dark tech. Basically having this mech hunt down other titans. The Kongs would not be the only one. Will not be the only ones that fights. Those Kongs are far from the only ones. I would have this Ape Reaper kill other titans too throughout the movie to test out its strength. And I would give Shimo a really cute character. I like a cute character arc where it's basically like the Groot of this film, like with James Gunn, how he always has animal characters in the movie. I would have that same thing with Shimo. Have Shimo give Shimo personality, have her just protect Kong. I would not kill her off. Killing her off, it would be the wrong thing to do. I would have her basically have one of the fights be the Ape Reaper not only killing those Kongs, but also injuring Shimo to all hell. Basically having it so Kong is pissed and goes to get revenge. And basically it's kind of like that journey kind of, and it's like basically Kong doing that, fighting the mech, and kind of it's like a revenge story from both sides, where Suko is a teenager, and basically he's like the mediator. Like Suko is like not saying it, but he's like basically telling Kong to not do this, that you're being kind of like Scar King. I have a lot of inspirations from War for Planet of the Apes films. I just think those films are incredible. So I would like to do some of those ideas with this Kong movie. And basically having Kong learn to be a better leader. He goes after Packard's army with 3 other Kongs. I would give these Kongs a person, like basically have these 3 other Kongs that go with, basically having it be Suko and 2 other Kongs. And basically they go on this journey. and it's a dark story. Like it's a dark story. I would have it be darker. Not that much humans. I would mostly have this be a monster movie. Maybe have it animated, to be honest, and have the third act be like this whole battle where basically Kong left his army, left his kingdom, basically having the apes fend for themselves, have Kong fight the robot, have Kong fight the Ape Reaper. I keep calling it the robot. Have it fight the Ape Reaper, and Shimo would have its own arc character plot where while Kong and Zuko and these two other Kongs are going to fight this army, basically like Shimo is basically wakes up, is like evolving to get stronger, and wakes up and fights off Packard's other part of the army that are like on the way while the Kongs are doing this. Like Planet of the Apes, but this time they have Shimo, so it's not as one-sided. Yeah, like the apes are definitely gonna win in this one because Shimo is so powerful. Basically, have Shimo basically like fight off this army with the other Kongs, and basically have Kong realize that he
Later.
Without him, these apes are fine, and that he is grateful. He's just way more grateful after that, and he fights the robot. He fights the Ape Reaper, and basically one of the apes that Kong's with, they grow a bond, and it's a female Kong, and it's they become a couple. And basically building up to the real son of Kong, like the biological son of Kong eventually. That's what I would do personally. I think that would be a good plot. Basically have those seeds in there, and not like the Kong seeds, but like just like the seeds in terms of the story. Basically have that be a thing. Basically have Kong defeat the army and stuff. Having two plots going on at the same time. Have them come back, and it's all happy, And I just find it. I would love to see that. Just have a really cute ending where Kong comes back. Shimo has protected the whole place, and it's all a good party, And that's my pitch. I am really proud of this idea. I am really proud of it. I love my story for Kong King's Awakening. I hope y'all enjoyed it. You don't have to though, but it's my idea. So, yeah. I will go over more lore later when I think about more stuff. This is just like an early pitch. So that's it, guys. See you guys later, and have a great day.